What's going on, everyone? It's your boy E.N.D, and we are back for a full Fortress Defense guide as I promised and as everyone has requested. This is a update from my last Fortress Defense guide, and it's probably the best fortress base that I've ever made, and I'm so happy and excited to share this with you guys. So before we get into the base, Shinobi and replays, obviously there's a few things that I want to go over. So it's an updated base from my old guide, my previous guide. And again, it's taking out the water trap summoning, increasing separation, but this time we got a new installation as well, which aided in my separation ideas, and it's going really well. So the results that you saw was after my last guide, and the results has been so good consistently, which I'm really happy about. So I'm more than confident in the space and everything that I will show in the video. So if I say Fortress Defense as a whole is out of 100%, I would say that personally I think your Shinobi alone is 60% of your Fortress Defense. So this involves everything from Shinobi, Jutsu combos, resistances, LB levels, EX levels. That's how important I think it is. Then I would say 35% is based on your base. So this involves your terrain, your traps, installation, ideas, Shinobi placement, 35%. And I would say 5% is luck. So 5% luck, and I'll use myself as an example. If I attack my base 10 times, I could probably win 10 out of 10 times, or 8, 9, whatever the case is. So the probability of me winning is higher than maybe another player or a less experienced player. So there is a hint of luck. You can still defend with bad Shinobi by making up with a great base. You can defend with great Shinobi and a bad base. But then if you add all these things together, the result's just going to be that more consistent and potent, right? So I know some people will have a better account, some people have a worse account, some people don't have this tool, that tool, select this, have that. All I can say is, and what I have done over the last few years, make the most out of what you have, increase your knowledge, watch all the videos you can, learn, get more experience. As time goes on, build your account, and then you'll be in a better place to add all these variables, and your progress, your hard work all come together, and that's how you'll form a better base, a better account overall. But without further ado, let's start and get into the base and the guide. So this is our first separation room, which is new and different. Basically we have a red pot where our air trap used to be. This is going to prevent people from most likely lunging past the air pot, or just make it more difficult. And number two, it's new, so people aren't really aware what's happening or a bit more confused. Then we also have a 3-star magnet trap just ahead of the air trap, so that can hopefully bring in people that's close enough. And then we have our normal red dragon and water mask. This I find is better than using 2 of the water masks, and we are using the second water mask trap installation in the other separation room. So this is the best. So this is like having best of both worlds. And now we have our Final Valley room, aka Revive, where I think Sasuke Final Valley is the best in. And pay close attention to the positioning of his summoning pad. It's not all the way up, it's actually in the middle of the left hand side, and the reason for that is if the enemy lands towards the entrance and your summoning pad is all the way on top, it will not wake him because it's not in Sasuke Final Valley's radius. So basically by having him in the middle, we try to cover all points either below or above and wake Sasuke Final Valley up so he can get into action, which is really convenient. Then we have air traps in vital spots where the enemy may land or hide or run to use a jutsu or whatever the case is. Now that's really crucial. And we have our 3-star mirror that's going to disguise and camouflage our Shinobi. And when the enemy cannot see our Shinobi, it makes it harder to attack them or see a jutsu or ult coming from our Shinobi. So that's also convenient. Because Sasuke Final Valley is a really popular main, we're using the paralysis trap to hopefully waste either Sasuke Final Valleys or any other Shinobi who has a resistance to paralysis on their link board. So that's why we have that instead of the seal. And another reason as to why I love Sasuke Final Valley in Revive is because of his new effects, Revive Kill, his jutsu, and his Limit Break that makes him disappear, which is a really good iframe, and one of the only jutsus that can dodge the EX ultimate. Okay, so now we have his build. We all know his jutsu order at +3. He's amazing, better effects. So with all my shinobi, I'm trying to cover their resistances first. He gets paralysis resistance from his link port, so confusion and seal is all you need. Because he's initially attack type, by building him with a strong attack nature, it increases his overall worth, which makes him really good. High HP, tank damage, defense 60k plus is good in my opinion. He's level 15 obviously. And then with his bond, we added Sasuke in 20th. Made numerous videos about this. This gives him evasion strip, and then he basically covers every single thing that you need from a revive unit. So with this evasion strip and all the other effects he gets, makes him perfect. For the next room, this is typically a storeroom, but then I also use it to waste the resistances for my enemies. So if, for example, if a person's link board gives seal immunity or paralysis immunity, by them setting off traps and then having a magnet trap to either draw them in or trap them, then this is really gonna help waste the resistances. And as I said, it's a storeroom, so if the enemy support lands in this room without the main, they are more than less trapped unless they defeat that summoning that's way over there. Now, as for our first sub support killer room, the trap. So if you look at the entrance, in case they don't fly to this room and they enter from the entrance side, we have a magnet trap and air traps above, so it can hopefully pull them in, help them not get the first hit. We have a 3-star mirror to hide his presence, make it harder for them to see what he's doing, and air traps in vital spots to either catch the enemy off guard, helping my shinobi, etc. Seal trap for Naruto Final Valley and those with seal resistance for via their link board. And we're using Kawaki. I like attack types like Kawaki in an open room, because as soon as the enemy lands in, they will more or less wake up, getting them into the jutsu attack, etc., which is really good and optimal. In this room, so sub killer rooms both left and right, it doesn't have to be a attack type shinobi. It could be honestly anyone built with appropriate resistances, a EX level 6 and above, to just to either kill your enemy support with an ult or tank enough or be able to tank resistance debuff jutsus, etc. Along those lines, and any shinobi that's decent enough to stand alone will do well in these types of rooms. So as for Kawaki's build, now he is a purple type, so he naturally has balanced stats. He is also an attack type shinobi, so you have to balance his attack ratio out. Because his link board provides seal immunity, we need both paralysis and confusion at 130% to cover all angles. Bolt also really well, high defense, HP attack overall, really nice. Level 15, which is obviously good, and then bonded with Barrion, who just fits his combo really well, and obviously provides extra CP steal, etc. So now we are heading to our second separation room, which is really important and one of the biggest changes from my last guide. So you'll notice that I have the second water mask over here, and the reason for that is with a magnet trap, enemies like Final Valley and etc. they lunge past the magnet trap now because everyone is aware of it. With the water mask and the protective dragon installation, they can't lunge past it to destroy it basically with jutsu. I mean with normal punches, which makes things harder and longer and more annoying. Now I have the water mask one step behind the entrance, and then I have a 3-star air trap because that's typically where either people lunge and land on because they can't go past it. And again, it increases overall separation. That's either going to split the main or the support to either Sasuke's room, Minato's room, or Barion's room. And then we have the last air trap placed just before the dragon installation, because even if they defeat the water mask, because the dragon installation is still protected, it will draw in the mains or the support to that area because it's still an installation. And even if this does not split the main, this will aid in support killing. Okay, so now for our second sub slash main killer room, we have Minato V1, and one of the main things that I want you to take into account is his shinobi placement. I have him in the center towards the entrance because I have him near the back end side. He can awake only if the enemy lands by the back end. By me having him in the middle, he has a higher chance to wake up. If the enemy lands on both sides and enters from the entrance, he can awake at that moment as well. So it covers more aspects. And then we have air traps in vital spots, so no matter where they land, we have a higher possibility of pushing the enemy to either side and helping Minato wake up. Now we have the brown dragon installation hidden by the tree. That's going to also draw in enemies for either side to walk to either where Minato is or just near the air trap. Then we have a red air pot at the beginning of the room that's also going to draw in enemies from either side and block the entrance side, like against a lance jutsu or precast. But then it also increases attack power, so that's going to increase Minato's attack power, make his jutsu stronger, more effective for killing subs or mains. Okay, now Minato V1 generally is like a attack type blue and red types. They have a higher attack ratio naturally, but their defense is naturally weaker, lower. So if you're gonna use a attack type in outfield, you need to try and balance out their defense ratio, but also keep the attack and HP a bit higher. So Minato does not have any good 6-star personal tools, so I utilized mission pass tools, which also give 3k defense each. So he's pretty much maxed out, great defense, attack, overall stats with the needed resistances. His limit break, his link board also gives paralysis immunity, so we only need seal and confusion. Now because he only has 2 jutsu that's new and relevant, I equipped him with a bond like Itachi V1 because his 4-star knocks you back far, and because he only has 2 jutsus, he can't combo if you're further away. Hence Itachi V1 that pulls you in will help him kill you or a enemy support as it brings you in after the 4-star knocks you back. So it's important to pay attention to what your characters do, the jutsu details, so you can equip them with the right builds or bonds that suit their needs. And here comes the other big change, which is the added new dragon installation that we got from the SAM. Now, because of this added installation, I could add the second water mask in the room below with the brown installation to increase separation. Now, the only thing about the new dragon installation is that it takes up more space. So I had to move it above Baryon, and by doing this I require less air traps, as I'm also limited to the amount of air traps I can have, but then I get best of both worlds for my original ideas. So yeah, it works out really good. And then we have the red air part in the beginning to either block entrance and or increase Baryon's attack power, and we have the barricade to also stop and counter a precast jutsu with air traps in vital spaces where the enemy might land or step on. And again, like I said, in open rooms I like having a attack type shinobi such as Baryon or overall rounded shinobi. As soon as the enemy lands in an open room, they're more than likely to wake up, helping them get in the first few hits rather than being not awaking first and not using any jutsu. So that's really cool. So for Baryon, as I've stated in other videos as well, in order to increase his attack power, his attack combo and range and overall strip, etc., we have his limit break and his punch first and second, and then last his Rasengan. Because his Rasengan is last, he's going to get immunity much later in the match, so you need to make sure his resistances are on point. As I said, he is also an attack type, so building him with a high attack ratio is also good. Like Kawaki, his slingboard gives seal immunity, so we need both paralysis and confusion at 130% to cover all bases. Overall rounded shinobi, great stats. And then we are testing Ito Hashirama's follow-up. Still testing. So far I haven't seen anything bad. I do like this follow-up because the duration of extra punches is a bit longer, which can be a nice follow-up not only on Baryon and on any other shinobi as well. Okay, and now we are going to the force gatecrash room. As everybody by now surely knows, this is going to help push in the enemies into our final four, creating a huge problem for them. Now, because we are using the red dragon installation that takes up one more space than the brown, that means we're going to have to use the brown water pusher and one silver. Now, because the brown pusher is one step ahead, it will have the same amount of force as the silver. Whereas if it was one step back, then it wouldn't be as strong as the silver, and it would not push any enemies into the final room. So it works out. Now for the final room, which is mainly used to store and create a barrier, so the force gatecrash works more efficiently. We've basically used all our 1-star air traps in the previous rooms, so all we can do now is store. We're putting the frog trap house here as well, which can stop a precast jutsu like a Sasuke Final Valley Land Susanoo or any jutsu like that, which can obviously save time, protect your shinobi, whatnot. Then we're using one 3-star air trap because that's the only other air traps that we have available, and 3-star mirror to obviously camouflage our shinobi. So for Narukage outfield, I like using this combo in terms of his jutsu. So his new limit break first, his old limit break, and then third his 4-star, his old limit break in second because it's an iframe. So is his new limit break, but his new limit break is an instacast, so it works well together like this. and then his old EX with the revive kill. Again, both just for defense purposes, resistances and all. Keep in mind, orange and green types get 30% paralysis for defense on the link board and whatnot, so that can help you build in better with higher HP, whatever else you want. I'm still testing Ito Minato's follow-up, to be honest. Okay, and now for the last and one of the most important rooms in Fortress Defense, our final four. So for the last maybe 2.5 weeks or so, I've been using Rin's 5-star ultimate again with no jutsu for instacasting her 10-second invincibility, and it's been helping tremendously. Kind of sucks because I'm not using her limit break +3, which I have, but I'm not using that combo right now. So with Rin's 5-star ult only and Shishui's 4-star first, with Naruto Final Valley's double limit break, they work together and help counter precast jutsu, failed speed glitch. In my opinion, Boruto is trash. Nobody precasts a EX ultimate anymore, and his 2 seconds fast invincibility is too short. It's just useless at this point, and I have tested it recently. As you see in the results, Rin 5-star ult is doing really good. So as I said, no jutsu, so she will instacast her 10 seconds invincibility working with my other support units, and it works out really well. Now Rin's purpose is solely for defense, so her purpose is keeping the team alive, keeping herself alive. In order to counter different types of gate crashes, precast jutsus, you need to make sure their resistances is on point. So for Rin, 100% paralysis, 30% added from the link board, 130% confusion, high HP, defense, etc. And then for the next shinobi who's also vital in this final four, Mr. Shishui Uchiha. As I mentioned, his 4-star being first helps instacast team invincibility, helping with precast jutsu, speed glitch, or whatever the case is regarding that. We are not adding a third jutsu. This is going to increase his AI and the possibility of him precasting his 4-star and spamming his new effects, which is his 4-star and limit break. His limit break is also really good. Team invincibility, stripping effects, damage area prevents the enemy from getting up. As you'll notice as well, like Rin, he's a green type. I'm built him solely for defense, high defense, attack, balance, and most of all, the correct and needed resistances to counter precast jutsus, whatever the case is. This way, there's no shortcut for the enemy. It's going to make things really hard for them as you cover all bases. As for his bond, we're bonding with Sasuke in 20th. This is going to increase CP steal damage, and again, prevent the enemies from waking up or using a jutsu, because it leaves a damage area with longer range, etc. And now for our third shinobi, who is Itachi Anbu. He's really efficient in evasion strip, quick evasion strip at that with his bond, and then his limit break also with stat negation and increased accuracy makes a double evasion strip. He also has the needed resistances to cover all bases. His purpose is more so attack and then stripping, CP steal, etc. We have his limit break first for again increasing stripping capabilities, and then we have his bond. Then we have him bonded with Sasuke first Jigen, again like Sasuke in 20th, providing extra CP steal, extra damage area, helping and preventing enemies from getting up or using jutsu. This works really well together with the final four, and I've been using this for a really long time. Last but not least, the main man, Naruto Final Valley double limit break. Double limit break so you can insta-cast his new limit break, iframe, keep the team alive, strip, etc. Because I have +3, he's an anniversary unit. He strips 7 seconds invincibility, and it makes up for having run with a 5-star ultimate, as she won't provide any invincibility strip or stuff like that. So having +3 Naruto Final Valley is a huge help in this case scenario, and covers Ren's lack of invincibility strip, so that's really good. And he's one of my best shinobi, if not my best shinobi. So he's built really well, both attack, HP, defense, crit, resistances, Again, he's an orange type, so he gets 30% paralysis from his link board for defense, covered at 130% confusion, high attack, crit, HP, tank damage, etc. Then we don't have his bond jutsu on, so he doesn't really have a bond. So yeah, and that's the full fortress defense base covered. Damn, this video took so long, I'm tired of talking. Okay, so before I end the video, I know there's some people who don't have the same shinobi I do, who don't have the same resistances, tools, or whatever the case is. Make the most out of what you can, guys. I've made numerous videos on how to build shinobi without youth tools. Check them out, and how to build shinobi, use jutsu combos for different shinobi, test, watch your replays, see what's working, see what's not, try new things, try new ideas, don't give up. Time and patience, you'll build your account and you'll get somewhere eventually with hard work. In terms of outfield, guys, in terms of outfield defense, all you really need is decent shinobi, path 2 and above, decent resistances, EX level 6 and above to kill at least your enemy's support units, tank damage, tank resistances. Again, there's many options that you can use, but that's just the basic guideline. And the same thing for your final four. You need someone with evasion strip, so either Naruto Final Valley, stack negation, increased accuracy, Sasuke Kid, Anbu Itachi, those evasion strip units, Kakashi Kid, Minato V1, etc. Run is essential, Naruto Final Valley is essential. If you don't have Shisui, Sasuke Kid is a good alternative in terms of his limit break trap area. If not, someone that can give team effects, team invincibility, CP steal, damage, Test. Hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm extremely tired of talking, and I'm just tired in general. Peace out.